Over here is the Coast Guard Air Base on the Albemarle Sound.
In this episode, we leave Elizabeth City, go to Belthaven, and then on to Oriental, North Carolina.
Okay, so this is going down the Pasquatonic River. Guess what that is? You see the houses there. You get an idea of the sounds. I'm going to count to 5, see if you can guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's big. It is a dirigible hangar. Yes, for Zeppelins. That's cool. This is a shipwreck, a sunken boat. That's just the bow of the boat. Wow, never seen that before. Shows on the chart as a shipwreck. Usually that's something that's submerged and it's way down low and it happened in the 1820s or something, but...
Although this was the first one we had seen, there would be many more shipwrecks and boats that had met an untimely end when we got to Florida.
This is our second bridge we're going through today. This is called the Swing Bridge. You can see it's actually rotating in the center. It can often be a little intimidating when you're going towards a bridge because you don't have brakes on a boat. It's the sort of bridge they had at Grosse Ile. They had 2 swing bridges. They weren't as modern as this, and the control post is actually in the center of the bridge and swings with the bridge itself. This seems like a better idea, better weight control. This is the bridge on the Alligator River. Part of the ICW, the Intercoastal Waterway. Intercoastal Waterway. So that's fully opened and we're just picking up speed here. Birds sunning themselves. Just a great big turntable. Pretty neat. So we left Elizabeth City at 6:45 this morning. Went down the Pasquatonic River across the Albemarle Sound. Then down the Alligator River. Didn't see any alligators though. Beautiful spot. We are here at the head of the Alligator River, anchored for the evening. There's a couple of sailboats, even a powerboat. And tomorrow we will continue our journey to Belthaven, North Carolina. Sunset at anchor. Always a beautiful time. So we've left the anchorage and we're back in the Alligator River. One boat got out there before us. One boat came shortly after us. And Ginger still needs to pee. We are now out of the Alligator River and into the Alligator River Pungo River Canal, which really looks pretty cool from here. Going down these canals is a really different experience from the wide open water you usually look for when you're sailing. I mean, here you have trees on each side, stumps in the water if you go too close. So you really don't want to go too close and jar your boat. Or worse yet, hole it if you were going fast, which we're not likely to do. But it is certainly beautiful. So as we come down the canal, We're approaching our third bridge in this trip. Now this bridge, we don't have to do anything. It's 65 feet tall and we have an air clearance of 52 feet. So there's no problem. As we get closer, it'll still look like we're gonna hit, but we won't. Some runoff streams to the canal. Different state, different landscape. I mean, you'd find that even on the Great Lakes, the different landscape going from Lake Michigan to Lake Huron. But we're in a different part of the country now, my son. So as we get closer to the bridge, you'll see what I mean about it looks like the mast is still gonna hit. And we cleared it. No problem at all. There's a sign that probably used to say something.
And this is our last bridge on the Pungo Canal before we get to the Pungo River. I think these are the first fishermen we saw. And this is quite the fishing camp. Nice. And you can see the bridge board says you are clear up to 64 feet. And we're 52 feet, 49 feet with a 3-foot antenna. Being generous, it's probably only a 2-foot antenna, but so we're gonna clear it with no problem. But it never looks like we're gonna clear it. But there we go, yet again, plenty of room to spare. And I feel this way, whether it's these 65-foot bridges on the ICW, or whether it's the Ambassador Bridge or the Mackinac Island Bridge, and whether it's with this boat or it's with Mary Jerry and her 30-foot mast. But I think that just about marks the end of the Pungo Canal, and if we're not in the Pungo River right now, we will be shortly. And these folks, the 2 sailboats behind us, pulled out of the anchorage just after us, and I felt bad for them because I know we're a pretty slow boat, and they haven't been inclined to pass us. There's it's like a trawler coming up behind the first sailboat, which is going to pass all of us in the next couple minutes, and then another powerboat behind him. We like to know if you like or watch our videos. So if you like our videos, please click like.
Or maybe even make a comment. We'll reply if you make a comment.
This guy is about to go down the Pungo River, the Pungo Canal. I'm glad we are out of the canal.
Coming in on the approach to Belthaven, North Carolina. It's kind of neat. We go from one side of the river, or one river, into this river. So the green markers were on our right because we were approaching the outlet to the ocean. Now we are leaving the outlet to the ocean because we're going up the river, and now the red markers are on our right instead of the green. Red right returning. There's your nautical lesson for the day.
And Richard finally got his anchor hamburger here at Farm Boys in Belthaven, North Carolina. Ginger's looking for her hamburger.
So Lisa has navigated us out of Belthaven. Did a wonderful job because it was such a narrow canal, but you know, she's the boss. There's the breakwater on each side. It's a fairly narrow entrance compared to others, but Belthaven was a beautiful town, very, very kind, welcoming people. Made some new friends, ran into more YouTubers, Sailing Zephyr, nice Canadian and Australian lady. Actually, she's Spanish, but grew up in Australia. So it was very interesting listening to their plans. It's kind of funny. We talked to them for a while, and I kept saying to Lisa, I said, are you sure we didn't run into them at another dock? I know them from somewhere. Turns out, oh yeah, I subscribed to their YouTube. You should too.
And here you can see the line of boats going down the creek and through one of the canals of the ICW. We are number 6 in line today, and there's 2 more behind us. It's morning, and we are in the ICW going up Goose Creek on our way to Oriental, North Carolina.
Those homes over there chose to be behind trees.
And we got 2 sailboats and 2 powerboats behind us. And we have about 6 boats in front of us that already passed us. We're probably the slowest boat on the canal. But yeah, typical low country architecture. This is the second week of bear season, but we haven't seen any bears.
So here we go in another canal. There was no wind today. We had stayed out in the Pamlico Sound, we would have just been motoring anyway. So our feeling is, if you're only going to motor, go in a canal because it's prettier. The Coast Guard station, Station Hoboken. You love to see... No. You love to see the Coast Guard, man. They take care of everybody. And here we're coming under the Hoboken Bridge. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly, but... And you can see there is a fleet of shrimp boats. "65-foot clearance on the bridge. Will we make it? Will we make it? Will we make it?" Oh my God, I hate to watch that. I'm just gonna hold the phone and not watch. Didn't hear a bang, so we made it. There's a warning sign, no dredging, anchoring, pipeline crossing. And here's that shrimp fleet. There's a sign, I can't read it with my sunglasses on. So if you're wondering where your shrimp comes from, these are the guys. These are the boats. I mean, could come from a lot of different places, but... And here's Fuel Seafood R.E. Mayo Maritime Supply, Marine Supply rather. Oh look, free Wi-Fi. Fuel, gas, ice, ATM inside. And here we go. A little pilot boat that's been converted into a pirate ship. It says on the side there, surrender your booty. Might have been, no, I guess it was just a cruiser. It wasn't really a pilot boat. That'd be fun at Halloween. Or any other time you want to play pirate, and that's anytime acceptable to play pirate. Welcome recreational boats. Oh, isn't that interesting? A little wharf there. Did show up on the chart. Here we have a lagoon off of the canal. And off to the distance there, you can see the highway. There's the power boat that passed us earlier, and one of the sailboats that was in the flotilla heading up towards this canal. If you can't sail, you should always take a canal, because the sights are just phenomenal. Marshland, trees, lots of bird life, despite the duck lines that we've seen. Out here, you can see the trees just sort of fading off in the horizon.
And after many days, I feel like a sailboat again. And while the crabbers are small boats with maybe one or two people on them pulling up crab pots, the shrimp boats are enormous things with giant seine nets. And this is Captain Jeff, and behind Captain Jeff is Predator, and they are probably coming out of Oriental. Thing about walking to the grocery store is it does give us a tour of town, and here you have Richard trying to get out of the picture, but two old service stations right across from one another. Sort of neat. And you know, there's only room for one car under the awning, because I don't think traffic into Oriental, North Carolina was all that busy. So here in this house we have the New Village Brewery. Down this street you have the West Marine and the Piggly Wiggly. Bright yellow Falcon. And this is the local community theater performing arts center. It has the Pamlico Community Band, a choral group, a children's theater workshop, the Pamlico Musical Society, and apparently does theatrical presentations, and a Fleetwood Mac tribute. Sold out. And this is the City Hall, the new City Hall. So it is mid-November, and the City Hall has its Christmas decorations out. Four Seasons may not be all it's cracked up to be. Talking about what it is.
Buffalo plaid. I don't know.
So even if you're a Japanese tourist in PEI, you're allowed to wear it.
It's the height of Canadian fashion.
It is.
All right.
Timmins tuxes.
Yeah.
Timmins tuxes. There you go.
So these guys look like they're using the same lights that we bought for our spreader lights. And I was thinking, you know, maybe we should turn our spreader lights on and help them out a little bit this morning, you know? This is the Boaters Lounge here, and it is in a historic restored boathouse, and absolutely darling. Wow, it's even air conditioned and heated.
Okay, we are just leaving Oriental, and it is a beautiful, beautiful sunrise over the Neuse River as we head down towards Beaufort, North Carolina. Well, it's a short trip today, only about 15 miles, but as you can see from the angle of the sun, we're making a pretty early run of it because it's supposed to be really gusty today and then rain later this afternoon, so we'd rather put the sails up and do some motor sailing, get across the river and get where we need to be and tie up. So we're about to go into Adams Creek, but off to the side, oh, some poor sailboat looks like it's dashed on the rocks. Obviously hit a storm. This jib is completely shredded. Probably pulled its anchor or got lost off a mooring or something. It's a shame. Hopefully it's not a write-off. So the view here in Adams Creek, it's always impressive when you first go in because you've got the sides of the land coming in towards you. And the shores here in North Carolina are second to none for beauty. And I did notice when we were in Oriental and somewhat in Belthaven too, though the houses are all raised, like 6-7 feet off the air, or off the ground rather, so flooding will be controlled. There's another sailboat coming in. And over on this side, again, no shortage of beauty in North Carolina.